It's been so hot. This is what I was just driving up here. I don't have one job, not one job, and it's perfect for me because I'm going to the city about my permits. And this is just a perfect day for me to get a lot of work done. So I worked yesterday. I worked Saturday and Sunday, and I killed myself Saturday and Sunday. I worked pretty good too. So I think Saturday I made $550, and then Sunday I made $300. So I worked. So today I don't have any work, so those days make up today, right? But that's not what I want to get into. I want to talk about this refrigerator removal that I got a phone call last week. I did a small video about this, but I really didn't get into what happened. So a gentleman out of Fort Worth, Texas, I think it was a Keller area, but we're just gonna say Fort Worth. He calls me up last second, right? Well, no, I'm sorry. There's a little part to the story that I need to say. So he called me up last week. And he says, Ricardo, how much would you charge for a built-in refrigerator? And I'm like, dude, I'm going to tell you something, sir. If we do it, we're going to damage something. We always damage something. Built-ins is not what I do. I can't charge you $45. Built-ins are a specialty. It's like a remodeling thing. I don't know how to do them, sir. We do. He goes, but I saw a video where you got one out. I said, yeah, I got videos. I got videos of removing built-ins, and that's true. I do have a handful of videos, maybe like 5 or 6 videos that I've done over the last 17 years of built-in refrigerators. And he says, well, can you help me with this one? I said, oh man, how much would you charge? I said, sir, I don't do this kind of work, but if I was going to do it, I'd do it for $300. I just threw it out there, $300, right? And he was like, okay, yeah, no, that's great. That's great. He goes, let me call you back. I said, no problem. No problem. No. And you know what, sir? If you change your mind and this is not something you want to do, no harm. But we do junk removal. He's like, okay. He's gone. You know, I go about my life. He goes about his life. A week, 7 days pass. It was like 5 to 7 days pass. He calls me back. And this is what he says to me. He goes, hey, man, I'm just going to hire you to do this. Can you do this? I said, sir, is this the built-in fridge? And he was like, yeah. He goes, I need you to do this fridge because nobody else will do it. And I told him, what kind of quotes did you get for this? He goes, I called 7 companies. Like I said, I did a previous video about this, but this guy, let me tell you what happened. He calls me. He tells me he called 7 companies. 5 companies are junk. No, I'm sorry. Out of the 7 companies, 4 of them are junk removal companies, and 3 of them are appliance companies. All right, let me tell you the companies he called. 1-800-JUNK would charge him $1,200 to get it out. $1,200. Junking refuses to do it. Junk luggers did not want to do it. They called an independent company, like somebody like me, and they said they would do it for $500. They called an appliance company. They said, if you buy from us, we'll do it. Another company never called them back. And then the last company was an appliance company. They said they would charge them $600 to do it. $500, $600, $1,000. I mean, this is ridiculous stuff. And I said I'd do it for $300. So I'm like, golly, maybe I messed up. I said, you know what, man? And he calls me like, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. He calls me. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'll come out there today. Let me take a look at it. So I called Orson and we're like, okay, let's go do this built-in. We kind of have experience in the built-in refrigerators, by the way. We know how to cut them. We know how to unscrew them from the side and then pull it out. I'm going to tell you what happens. So we get to this guy's house and we see the built-in. It's big. It's big. By the way, his wife makes a killer sweet tea. Oh my gosh, she fresh brews tea for me and Orson. She's like, they're brewing the tea for us. You know what I mean? Like brewing it. And I'm like, what? And she goes, do you want some sweet tea? Yes, ma'am. Make mine with Splenda lemon. She goes, I got some new lemons. She goes to the backyard and she plucks them from the tree. Lemons from her lemon tree in the backyard. Cuts them. I said, did you just get that from the backyard? She was like, side story. We get there to the thing. To the built-in, we see it. It's a beautiful refrigerator, beautiful $10,000 fridge, and we decide to look at it first. Let's talk about it, and then we'll remove it. Orson gets in there. We're gonna unscrew it. We're gonna cut out the Freon. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, let's get to it. We're there 15 minutes. We already got it out in the curb. Let me tell you something. It took us 15 minutes to do this. Okay. You know what took us longer is to get it out the front door down the 2 steps. They had these 2 concrete steps, you know. That took us longer than the actual fridge. We unscrewed the built-in's like this, right? It's like this. There was a screw here, there was a screw here, and that thing came out. Boom, shovel it. Here's what happened. We scratched the floor. Yeah, we scratched the floor. But here it is. It was this mini scratch, and the floors were awesome. They were like, mwah, beautiful floors. But guess what? I told the gentleman that this is not something that we do. That if you hired us, there's a chance we're going to scratch the floor. As long as I told them that, we were in the clear. And during the process, I repeated it 2 to 3 times. Sir, there might be a chance that we scratch the floor. Are you okay with it? He was like, no, go ahead. All right, so, and then 10 minutes passed by, and then we're pulling the fridge out. I said, sir, this is the part where we're going to maybe scratch the floor. We scratched it this much. We scratched it this much. We pull out the fridge. I scratch the floor. We take it out. He sees it. He comes up and he's like, dang, you weren't lying. But you know what, man? This right here, I have a little putty. I'll put it on there, paint it black, and that'll be cheaper than the $1,000 or the $600 I was going to spend with another company. He took that risk, and he said that to me. And I'm like, oh, dude, hey, man, I'm sorry. He was like, no. He goes, as a matter of fact, here's some sweet tea, here's some lemonade and stuff. I'm like, oh, man, this is awesome. That guy was so grateful, so grateful. He was really happy. We made $300, and we finished the built-in refrigerator. But that's not the best part. I woke up this morning, I was driving, I got a phone call. Early, this dude calls me early in the morning. He goes, hey, Ricardo, my daughter is moving out. She's moving from one house to another, and she's got a lot of clutter in the garage. Can you give me an estimate? She sent over a picture. She sends me a picture. I said, $500. He goes, he calls me, he picks up the window. Hey, man, why is her stuff? She's got a whole garage full of stuff, and it's $500, and my built-in was $300. I said, sir, your built-in was a bitch. He started laughing. He goes, when can y'all come? Wow. See, guys, what y'all don't realize in this story is that even though 1-800-JUNK, Junk King refused, Dallas Junk Luggers refused, even though they passed on the job, I got a customer for life. I know I do now. This guy will call me in 5 years. This guy will call me in 10 years if he survives. This guy will be a customer of life for me. And I acquired him because everybody else refused to do the job for him. I refused to do the job for him, as a matter of fact. I could not do the job. But I did it. And me and Orson did it. Sometimes taking that risk does help. Sometimes being risky in this business does help so you can grow your business. Now, Mr. Diamond, his last name is Diamond. He's an older gentleman. Mr. Diamond will always be a customer to me no matter what. I've acquired not only his $300 for his built-in fridge plus the tip, and another $500 from his daughter later on. That's cool, huh? That is really cool. And we got sweet tea. So that was really cool. That was really cool. I love telling stories like this, telling stories of success, but also telling stories of perseverance, how we overcame the built-in fridge and not being able to do it too, because it was a challenge. It was a challenge. Anyway, I thought I'd let y'all know that, guys. And don't sometimes refusing jobs because you don't know what you're doing could help you grow your business. It really does. It does, because you're not wasting time. You're being efficient. You know what you're doing. Blah blah blah. Okay. But sometimes taking that risk helps out. And I took that risk with Orson. As a matter of fact, when I told Orson the day he came and he was like, what are we going to do? I said, we got this job over here, and then we're going to go do the built-in. He said, no, not another built-in. I said, dude, we're getting paid good money for it. Let's go do it. All right. When we got in the truck, Orson was like, hell yeah. Easiest $150 he made, easiest $150 I made. So it was awesome. Anyway, with that, guys, I just want to tell y'all, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up. Take that risk sometimes because you'll need it in life. You'll need it in junk removal. Okay, guys? Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye. Whoa. What the hell?